Chapter 10 Personnel Programs and Benefits. Section 10A Benefits and Services Required. 10.1 Programs, Benefits, and Services. The USAF requires military members to be prepared to serve and support the mission at all times. To do this, there are a wide range of benefits and services to ensure military members and families are cared for, whether through pay and entitlements processes, family support programs, or secured military records. Throughout our careers, we as airmen need to understand the benefits and services applicable to ourselves, as well as to subordinates, peers, and leaders in our chain of command. We need to take responsibility for ourselves and serve as good wingmen for others. 10.2 Information Accessibility. In 2000, the USAF launched the Air Force Portal to simplify the way airmen access information and improve the way we do business. The portal provides a single point of entry to web-based information, self-service applications, collaboration and networking tools, and combat support systems, many without requiring a separate user identification and password. Access to the portal is available from any internet-connected computer with a valid Department of Defense Public Key Infrastructure certificate, such as a Common Access Card. Through the portal, users have access to MyPay, Air Force Virtual Education Center, MyFitness, Virtual Military Personnel Flight, LeaveWeb, Assignment Management System, and the Air Force e-publishing website. On the Library and Resources link, users can access online periodicals, research information, and find valuable education and training materials. 10.3 Airman and Family Readiness Center. Airman and Family Readiness Center, ANFRC, support services are designed to assist commanders in assessing and supporting the welfare of the military and building a strong sense of community and support within the USAF. The ANFRC supports mission readiness by helping airmen and their families adapt to the challenges and demands of expeditionary operations and the military lifestyle. ANFRCS coordinate with unit leadership to assess unit strengths, resources, and concerns to help identify issues and trends that affect community readiness and personal preparedness by working with a wide range of civilian and military agencies. ANFRCS provides support for work-life issues and facilitate community readiness, resilience, and personal preparedness. Services offered by the ANFRC are briefly described here. Personal and Work-Life Program. The Personal and Work-Life Program promotes community wellness and assists with the readiness and resiliency of the force. Services include intervention, prevention/enrichment consultation, and skill-building education designed to enhance work-life competencies for individuals, couples, and families. Focus is on promotion, enrichment, and improvement of the balance between work and home to increase quality of life and resilience. Key Spouse Program. The Key Spouse Program is an official USAF program for and owned by commanders designed to enhance mission readiness and resilience and establish a sense of community and partnerships with the ANFRC, unit leadership, families, volunteer key spouses, and other service agencies. Transition Assistance Program. The Transition Assistance Program, TAP, is congressionally mandated and executed by the ANFRC. TAP has 4 components members are required to complete prior to separation or retirement: pre-separation counseling, transition goals, plans, success workshop, Veterans Affairs Benefits Briefings 1 and 2, and Capstone. TAP provides service members with knowledge and skills to make informed decisions, be competitive in a global workforce, and be positive contributors to their community as they transition and reintegrate into civilian life. Volunteer Excellence. The Volunteer Excellence Program is designed to assist installation commanders through collaboration with other base volunteer agencies to recruit, train, place, and recognize volunteer service. The Air Force Volunteer Excellence Award is a commander's program for recognizing volunteer contributions in the local civilian community or military community. Military Family Life Counselors. The Department of Defense contracted Military Family Life Counselor Program provides airmen and their dependents with confidential assistance for non-medical, short-term, solution-focused counseling and briefings that augment counseling services provided by other agencies. Air Force Aid Society Assistance. The Air Force Aid Society serves as the official charity of the USAF as a private, nonprofit organization that promotes the USAF mission by helping to relieve financial distress of USAF members and their families as a step toward a lasting solution to financial problems, enabling educational goals, and seeking opportunities to improve quality of life. Exceptional Family Member Program. The Exceptional Family Member Program provides coordination of family support services on and off the installation to exceptional family members who have physical, developmental, emotional, or intellectual impairments or disabilities. 3 components of support are medical, assignments, and family. Air Force Families Forever. Air Force Families Forever provides immediate and long-term bereavement care service and support to identified family members of airmen who die while serving on Reg AF status. Voting Assistance Program. The Voting Assistance Program ensures service members and their families understand their right to vote via absentee ballot. ANFRC staff operate the Installation Voter Assistance Office and serve as voting assistance officers, responsible for providing accurate nonpartisan voting information and assistance. More information about the Voting Assistance Program can be found in DAFI 36 to 3107, Voting Assistance Program, July 1, 2021. Deployment Briefings. Personnel and family readiness pre-deployment briefings are mandatory for individuals with a firm deployment tasking of 30 or more days. The briefings educate airmen and their families on all phases of deployment and critical aspects of reunion and reintegration. Spouses are welcome and encouraged to attend. The briefings include information on preparing for deployment, sustainment, support, and services for family members including extended family, and mandatory reintegration briefings and continuing services that help airmen prepare for reuniting with their families, friends, and communities, and for handling combat stressors. Employment Assistance. Employment assistance supports airmen and their families in achieving short and long-term employment, referral for education and training, and development of career goals through employment skills counseling and skills development workshops to prepare customers for careers in the private and public sectors. They also offer resources for self-employment, information on small business and entrepreneurial opportunities, and links to alternatives to paid employment, such as volunteerism and education. Personal Financial Readiness Services. Personal Financial Readiness is an ANFRC program that offers information, education, and personal financial counseling to help individuals and families maintain financial stability and reach their financial goals. The program provides education to all personnel upon arrival at their first duty station. The program includes, at a minimum, facts about the Personal Financial Management Program, checkbook maintenance, budgeting, credit buying, state or country liability laws, and local fraudulent business practices. Personal financial readiness services are free. Military Child Education. Civilian and military school liaison officers partner to provide information, referrals, resources, and advocacy for the educational needs of military-connected students by assisting airmen and families regarding local school districts and other educational options, as well as educating school personnel on the unique issues impacting military children. Relocation Assistance. Relocation assistance provides pre-departure and post-arrival services, allowing members to make informed decisions and preparations for their moves. Referrals will include, but are not limited to, temporary housing services, government or private home finding services, child care, medically related services, spouse employment assistance, cultural and community orientation, schooling, legal assistance, personal property shipment, and information on educational and volunteer opportunities. Crisis Support. Crisis support provides immediate, short-term information and referral to appropriate agencies or services to assist individuals and families facing crisis situations. Casualty Assistance. Casualty assistance representatives and survivor benefit plan counselors provide counseling on benefits offered by a wide variety of programs including Department of Veterans Affairs, Social Security Administration, Internal Revenue Service, Department of Health and Human Services, as well as state and local agencies. When a casualty occurs, the USAF will promptly notify the primary next of kin, PNOK, in a dignified, professional, and understanding manner. Additionally, in cases where the military member is declared deceased, duty status whereabouts unknown, dust one, or missing, the USAF appoints a Casualty Assistance Representative, CAR, to advise and assist the PNOK. The CAR assists to meet very important timelines, such as the NOK notifications within 12 hours of a casualty. Therefore, when an airman's record of emergency data, RED, is current and has up-to-date information, beneficiaries receive timely notifications. As a result, the RED and the Service Members Online Election System, SOS, mentioned below are critically important for an airman to understand, review, verify, and certify that they are up-to-date at least once a year. Emergency Data, DD Form 93. Record of Emergency Data, RED, maintained initially on the DD Form 93 and ultimately input into the Virtual Record of Emergency Data, VRED, via VMPF enable airmen to list those they wish to be notified should they become ill, injured, wounded, missing or deceased. Additionally, airmen determine beneficiaries of death gratuity, arrears of pay, and designate the person authorized to direct disposition, PDD, of their remains. 2. Update your VRED, log into VMPF, select Self-Service Actions, select Personal Data and then select Record of Emergency Data. Service members are responsible for entering information, reviewing/submitting annually, or updating their VRED when there are life-changing events such as marriage, divorce, births, before deployments, TDYs more than 30 days, and PCS. For more information go to MyPers. https://mypers.af.mil/apps/answers/details/_id/48325 https://mypers.af.mil/apps/answers/details/id/48325. Service Members Online Election System, SOS. The Service Members Group Life Insurance Online Enrollment System for the Uniformed Services, SOS, is an enterprise solution developed by the Department of Defense, DoD, and the Veteran Benefits Administration. SOS is a self-service-based data system that centralizes Service Members Group Life Insurance, SGLI, and Family Service Members Group Life Insurance, FSGLI, information into one authoritative system capable of providing consistent information to authorized users. SGLI provides up to $400,000 in life insurance coverage. FSGLI provides up to $100,000 in coverage for the spouse and $10,000 for dependent children. Service members can use the system to change the amount of SGLI or FSGLI coverage. You can view, save, print, or email a SGLI coverage certificate. SOS enables airmen to make automated SGLI and FSGLI coverage/beneficiary elections 24/7/365. Note: airmen married to other airmen, military to military, who have not updated DIRs with their spouse's information will not be able to properly certify their SOS record. Airmen meeting this criteria must go to the customer service element, or the nearest rapid station to add their spouse as a dependent. Please note hard copy, SGLV Form 8286, Service Members Group Life Insurance Election and Certificate. SGLI elections remain valid until superseded by a SOS election. SOS is available through DMDC's MilConnect web application. After signing in, click on SOS under the Benefits tab. For more information go to MyPers. https://mypers.af.mil/apps/answers/details/_id/34552/https://mypers.af.mil/apps/answers/details/underscore id/34552/. Emergency Assistance. Emergency assistance provides immediate, short and long-term assistance, promoting recovery and return to a stable environment and mission readiness status for Department of Defense personnel and their families following an all-hazards incident. When directed by wing leadership, assistance and support will be provided through the Emergency Family Assistance Center, which is the central point for delivery of services, coordination of family assistance services, and continuous family assistance information. Legal services. Legal offices provide legal assistance in connection with personal civil legal matters to support and sustain command effectiveness and readiness. The ability to offer legal assistance and legal services to the eligible categories of personnel is contingent upon the availability of legal staff resources and regulations as may be prescribed by the Secretary of the Air Force. Legal services are not performed by or within ANFRCS. This is performed by Office of the Staff Judge Advocate on the installation. 10.4. Warrior Wellness. Air Force Wounded Warrior Program. The Air Force Wounded Warrior, AFW-2, program is a congressionally mandated, federally funded program that provides personalized care, services, and advocacy to seriously or very seriously wounded, ill, or injured total force airmen, their caregivers, and family members. AFW-2 also provides the following support activities: Emergency Family Member Travel, Family Liaison Officer Program, Caregiver Support Program, Adaptive Sports and Resiliency Programs, Special Compensation for Assistance with Activities of Daily Living, Recovering Airman Mentorship Program, Empowerment Through Transition, and the Ambassador Program. Anyone may refer an airman to the AFW-2 program. The AFW-2 website is http://www.woundedwarrior.af.mil http://www.woundedwarrior.af.mil. The email address is wounded.warrior@us.af.mil, and the toll-free number is 1-800-581-9437. Invisible Wounds Initiative. The Invisible Wound Initiative, IWI, is designed to provide centralized oversight, guidance, and advocacy to ensure wounded, ill, and injured service members and their families successfully reintegrate back to duty or into veteran status with dignity and respect. Developed as a quality of life initiative, senior leaders across the USAF assembled a core team to integrate warrior care efforts and improve processes associated with identification, diagnosis, treatment, and reintegration or transition of airmen. The IWI is designed to build a developmental approach to mental fitness, improving evidence-based care for total force airmen and their families experiencing invisible wounds, post-traumatic stress, traumatic brain injury, or other cognitive, emotional, or behavioral condition associated with a traumatic experience. 10.5. Family Care Plans. According to AFI 121, the USAF must have people in the right place at the right time, ready to perform the jobs for which they have been trained. Unless specifically deferred or exempted, all USAF members must be available to perform military duties and assignments, including but not limited to permanent change of station or assignment, unaccompanied tours, temporary duty, deployments, alerts, recalls, extended hours, or shift work. Single-member parents with custody of children who bear sole or joint responsibility, and military couples with dependents, must have a family care plan. Members who are solely responsible for the care of a spouse, elderly family member, or adult family member with disabilities who is dependent on the member for financial, medical, or logistical support, must also have a family care plan. This includes family members who have limited command of the English language, are unable to drive, or unable to gain access to basic life-sustaining facilities. Suitable arrangements must be planned in advance for a non-military member to assume custody of dependents in the event the military member is unavailable to provide dependent care due to military obligations. Family care arrangements. Each USAF member must make and maintain dependent care arrangements that will allow the member to be worldwide deployable at all times. Advanced planning is the key to dependent care arrangements. Every USAF member with dependents must take the initiative to use all available military and civilian resources, including other than immediate family members, to ensure dependents receive adequate care, support, and supervision that is compatible with the member's military duties. Dependent care plans must cover all possible situations in the short and long term, and must be sufficiently detailed and systematic for a smooth, rapid transfer of responsibilities to another individual during the absence of the military. Sponsor. Family Care Certification. Commanders or First Sergeants counsel all airmen with family members on DOTI 1342.19_AFI 36-2908 during in-processing. During this counseling, commanders or first sergeants must stress the importance of, and confirm the need for, family care certification by completing AF Form 357, Family Care Certification. Also, commanders or first sergeants are required to annually brief all military members with family care responsibilities, individually. During this briefing, the commander or first sergeant signs the AF Form 357 each time the plan is reviewed and certified, determining the actual workability of the family care plan. The member signs and dates the AF Form 357 to document that the briefing was completed. In the event of geographical separation, commanders may delegate responsibility, in writing, to detachment and operating location chiefs to council members and certify the form. The original signed AF Form 357 will be filed with the member's administrative office, and a copy will be sent to the commander for review and filing. Family Care Plan Changes. Members must notify their commander or first sergeant immediately, or within 30 days, 60 days for selected reserve, if changes in personal status or family circumstances require completion of an AF Form 357. Specific circumstances that may warrant development of a family care plan are provided in DOTI 1342.19_AFI 36-2908. Note: failure to produce a family care plan within 60 days of the discussion with the commander, supervisor, or commander's designated representative may result in disciplinary action or administrative separation. Duty deferments, primarily for a 4-month period, when applicable, are offered to assist USAF military members in developing family care plans and establishing a pattern of childcare. DOTI 1342.19_AFI 36-2908 provides more detailed information regarding duty deferments and to whom they may apply. 10.6. Veterans Affairs Benefits. The Department of Veterans Affairs, VA, offers a wide range of benefits to the nation's veterans, service members, and their families. VA benefits and services fall into the major categories of disability benefits, education benefits, vocational rehabilitation and employment, home loans, burial benefits, dependents and survivors benefits, life insurance, and health care. Airmen requiring specific information on their VA benefits can retrieve information at www.va.gov or contact the closest VA department for eligibility requirements. Disability compensation. Disability compensation is a tax-free monetary benefit paid to veterans with disabilities that are the result of a disease or injury incurred or aggravated during Reg AF military service. Compensation may be paid for post-service disabilities that are considered related or secondary to disabilities occurring in service and for disabilities presumed to be related to circumstances of military service, even though they may arise after service. The degree of disability is designed to compensate for considerable loss of working time from exacerbations or illnesses. The benefit amount is graduated according to the degree of the veteran's disability on a scale from 10% to 100%, in increments of 10%. If you have dependents, an additional allowance may be added if your combined disability is rated 30% or greater. Compensation may be offset if you receive military retirement pay, disability severance pay, or separation incentive payments. Educational benefits. The VA offers a variety of educational benefits to service members and veterans to pursue a higher education during or following their service. Benefit programs include the Post-9/11 GI Bill, Montgomery GI Bill, Reserve Educational Assistance Program, and Survivors and Dependents Educational Assistance. The Yellow Ribbon GI Education Enhancement Program is a provision of the Public Law 110-252, Post 9/11 Veterans Educational Assistance Act of 2008, June 30, 2008. Vocational Rehabilitation and Employment. Airmen may receive services to help with job training, employment accommodations, resume development, and job-seeking skills coaching through the VA Vocational Rehabilitation and Employment Program. Additional services may be provided to assist veterans in starting their own businesses or independent living services for those who are severely disabled and unable to work in traditional employment. Home loans. The VA helps service members, veterans, and eligible surviving spouses become homeowners by providing a home loan guarantee benefit and other housing-related programs to help airmen buy, build, repair, retain, or adapt a home for their own personal occupancy. VA home loans are provided by private lenders, such as banks and mortgage companies. VA guarantees a portion of the loan, enabling the lender to provide you with more favorable terms. Burial benefits. Burial benefits available include a grave site in any of the 134 VA national cemeteries with available space, opening and closing of the grave, perpetual care, a government headstone or marker, a burial flag, and a presidential memorial certificate, at no cost to the family. Some veterans may also be eligible for burial allowances. Cremated remains are buried or inurned in national cemeteries in the same manner, and with the same honors as casket remains. Burial benefits available for spouses and dependents buried in a national cemetery include burial with the veteran, perpetual care, and the spouse or dependent's name and date of birth and death will be inscribed on the veteran's headstone, at no cost to the family. Eligible spouses and dependents may be buried, even if they predeceased the veteran. Dependency and indemnity compensation. Dependency and indemnity compensation is a tax-free monetary benefit generally payable to a surviving spouse, child, or parent of service members, or to survivors of veterans who died from their service-connected disabilities. Dependency and indemnity compensation is an income-based benefit for parents who are financially dependent on a service member or veteran who died from a service-related cause. Life insurance. The VA provides valuable life insurance benefits to give service members and veterans the peace of mind that comes with knowing their family is protected. The VA life insurance programs were developed to provide financial security for service member families given the extraordinary risks involved in military service. 10.7. Veterans Health Administration. The transition from receiving care within the military healthcare system into the Veterans Health Administration can be challenging and sometimes confusing. Military health care, known as TRICARE, is operated through the Department of Defense and provides medical care for service members and their dependents. The Veterans Health Administration provides health care for enrolled veterans and their eligible family members through a network of hospitals and clinics across the country. TRICARE and the Veterans Health Administration work together, but have different eligibility criteria, health benefits, and costs. TRICARE Program. TRICARE is the worldwide health care program serving uniformed service members and retirees, their family members, survivors, and some former spouses entitled to TRICARE benefits. TRICARE programs are also available to Air Reserve component members and their families. TRICARE is a force multiplier for the military health system that fills gaps in military health care using networks of civilian health care professionals, facilities, pharmacies, and suppliers. These civilian networks help enable the Department of Defense to provide beneficiaries with access to high-quality health care services even while uniformed medics are serving abroad in contingency operations. TRICARE is available in the United States and overseas. Each TRICARE region has a managed care support contractor that administers and coordinates health care services with network and non-network civilian hospitals and providers. Comprehensive. Current information on TRICARE plans and programs can be found at https://www.tricare.mil https://www.tricare.mil. TRICARE plans. Several TRICARE health plan options are available to eligible beneficiaries. The primary health care options offered to eligible beneficiaries are TRICARE Prime and TRICARE Select. Availability of the plans depends on the sponsor's military status and residence. Variations of TRICARE Prime are available, such as TRICARE Prime Remote, TRICARE Prime Overseas, and TRICARE Prime Remote Overseas. Variations of TRICARE Select are available, such as TRICARE Select and TRICARE Select Overseas. Additional plans available include TRICARE for Life, TRICARE Reserve Select, TRICARE Retired Reserve, TRICARE Young Adult, and U.S. Family Health Plan. The TRICARE Plan Finder at https://www.tricare.mil/plan/planfinder https://www.tricare.mil/plan/planfinder can be used to determine the best plan available. TRICARE Dental Plans. TRICARE offers 3 dental plans, each with its own dental contractor. The 3 plans include the Active Duty Dental Program, the TRICARE Dental Program, and the TRICARE Retiree Dental Program. 10.8. Retirement Benefits. Enlisted members are eligible to retire if they have 20 years of total active federal military service, TFMS, and there are no restrictions per AFI 36 to 3203, Service Retirements, February 23, 2021. Enlisted members must apply for retirement, otherwise they will separate on their date of separation. Officers must have 20 years of TFMS and 10 years of total active federal commissioned service to be eligible to retire. Waivers to retire. AFI 36 to 3203, Tables 3.1 and 3.2, identify restrictions to retirement. Some restrictions, such as not completing an active duty service commitment, may be waived if the member can provide sufficient justification to show the waiver is in the best interest of the USAF, or that the member is experiencing an extreme personal hardship uncommon to other military members. Not all waivers are approved, so applicants should include detailed evidence to support their requests. Application submission. A retirement application can typically be submitted through the MyPers website up to 12 months. But no less than 4 months before the desired retirement date. Airmen applying for retirement under the 7-day or 3-day option program may be able to submit an application more than 12 months in advance. DAFI 36 to 2110, Chapters 5 and 7, outline information on those programs and the applicable exceptions. Before submitting any application, the member must request an eligibility review through the MyPers website. The system will provide an automated response of the member's retirement eligibility status and identify any restrictions or waiverable conditions at the time of submission. After receiving the eligibility results, the member may submit their application through the online submission process in MyPers. Place of retirement. In general, a member retires at the current duty station and may travel to a home of selection anywhere in the United States. If the member is overseas, the member retires at that location when out-processing facilities exist, and the member and family proceed to the final home of selection. When out-processing facilities do not exist at the overseas location, the member may request travel to a separation processing base in the United States. If the member elects to retire overseas and live permanently in that country, he or she must comply with command and host government residency rules before the date of retirement. Retirement pay plans. The date initially entered uniformed service, DIUS, normally determines which retirement pay plan applies to a member. DIUS is the date an individual was initially enlisted, inducted, or appointed in a regular or reserve component of a uniformed service as a commissioned officer, warrant officer, or enlisted member. The DIUS is a fixed date that is not subject to adjustment because of a break in service. Current RegAF personnel will fall under one of the retirement plans described in Table 10.1. Table 10.1. Retirement pay plans. Retirement plan eligible. Note 1, Pay Formula. Notes 2, 3, and 4, Cost of living. Final basic pay entered service prior to September 8, 1982.5% times the years of service times basic pay, see Note 5. Full inflation protection based on Consumer Price Index. High 3 entered service between September 8, 1980 and July 31, 1986. 2.5% times the years of service times the average of the highest 36 months of base pay, see Notes 6, 7 and 8 High 3. Or $30,000 Career Status Bonus, CSB, or Readiness instead of retiring under High 3. These members chose to receive a $30,000 service bonus at 15 years of service in exchange for agreeing to serve a minimum of another 5 years and then retiring under the less generous Readiness plan. Entered the service between August 1, 1986 and December 31, 2017. High 3. 2.5% times the years of service times the average of the highest 36 months of base pay. CSB or Readiness option. Each of the first 20 years of service is worth 2% toward the retirement multiplier. Each year after the 20th is worth 3.5%. A 30-year career is computed by 2% times 3.5% for the 10 years beyond 20, resulting in a maximum of 75%. The multiplier is applied to the average of the member's highest 36 months of basic pay, see Notes 6, 7 and 8. High 3. Full inflation protection based on Consumer Price Index. CSB or Readiness option. Annual cost of living adjustments of Consumer Price Index minus 1% are given based upon the Consumer Price Index of the High 3. Retired pay is recomputed at age 62 so that Readiness and High 3 retirement salaries are equal, but Readiness cost of living adjustments for later years will continue to be Consumer Price Index minus 1%. Blended Retirement System (BRS) entered the service on or after January 1, 2018, see Notes 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. 2% times the years of service times the average of the highest 36 months of base pay, see Notes 6, 7, and 8. Full inflation protection based on Consumer Price Index. Notes 1. Date entered service means the date the person is enlisted, inducted, or appointed with the armed forces. This includes persons in the delayed entry program, cadets at service academies, officer candidates in officer training school, students enrolled in an ARC and Senior Reserve Officer Training Corps programs or other financial assistance programs, students in the Uniformed Services University of the Health Sciences, and persons in the Armed Forces Health Professions Scholarship Program. By using date entered service, active component members have been grandfathered under the plan in effect at the time when the member initially entered the service. 2. The maximum multiplier for 30 years TFMS is 75% times the retired pay base. However, members who serve beyond 30 years earn an additional 2.5% each additional year and can max out at 100%. 3. The Uniformed Services Former Spouses Protection Act allows state courts to consider retired pay as divisible property in divorce settlements. The law does not direct state courts to divide retired pay. It simply permits them to do so. 4. Retired pay stops upon the death of the retiree. 5. Officers who retire and do not meet the requirements to retire in the officer's highest grade, Title 10 U.S.C. Section 1370, will be paid based on the retired grade, Title 10 U.S.C. Section 1407F. Officers retiring in an enlisted grade will have the members' pay calculated as determined by Defense Finance Accounting Service, DFAS. 6. Officers who retire and do not meet the requirements to retire in the officer's highest grade, Title 10 U.S.C. Section 1370, will be paid based on the last 36-month average of the time served in the higher grade and the time served in the lower grade. Exception does not apply to officers who did not serve satisfactorily in the highest grade, and such determination is the result of conduct occurring after October 30, 2000, see Note 5. 7. Enlisted members demoted to a lower grade within 3 years and retired in that grade will not be paid based on the high 36-month average in the higher grades. The member's retired pay will be calculated using the multiplier percentage determined by the applicable retirement plan, High 3, Readiness or BRS, and the retirement pay base will be calculated under final basic pay rate for the lower grade. When an enlisted member's active service added to retired list service totals 30 years, the member may be advanced on the retired list and receive retired pay in the highest grade satisfactorily held on AD, as determined by the SECAF or designee, Title 10 U.S.C. Section 9344. 8. Officers who resign officer commissions and retire in enlisted status will have retired pay calculated in accordance with Title 10 U.S.C. Section 1407E. DFAS is required to calculate the high 36-month average as if the member held the retired grade for the last 36 months of active service. 9. Members entering the service prior to January 1, 2018, who have less than 12 years of service, calculated from the pay date, or less than 4,320 retirement points, for ARC members, as of December 31, 2017, may enroll in the BRS. 10. Members in the Delayed Entry Program, cadets at service academies, officer candidates in Officer Training School, students enrolled in an ARC and Senior Reserve Officer Training Corps programs, entering the service prior to January 1, 2018, may enroll in the BRS following commissioning/accession into AD. Members commissioned or accessed AD after December 2, 2018 have 30 days from commissioning/entry into AD to enroll in the BRS. 11. Members with breaks in service re-entering AD or the selected reserve on or after January 1, 2019, who originally entered the service prior to January 1, 2018, and have less than 12 years of service, calculated from the pay date, or less than 4,320 retirement points for ARC members as of re-entry, may enroll in the BRS within 30 days of re-entry. 12. Members enrolled in the BRS will have a thrift savings plan established that includes automatic and matching government contributions. DoD begins an automatic contribution of 1% of base pay after 60 days of service, calculated from pay date. DoD begins matching contributions up to an additional 4% of base pay after 2 years of service, calculated from pay date. Automatic and matching contributions continue until the member separates, retires or completes 26 years of service, calculated from pay date. For members enrolling in BRS as outlined in Notes 9 through 11, government contributions begin the pay period following enrollment. 13. Airmen retiring under the BRS are eligible to elect a lump sum payment of a portion of the airman's retirement pay. Requests for the lump sum election are documented on the DD Form 2656, Data for Payment of Retired Personnel, and must be submitted to the Retirement Approval Authority no later than 90 days prior to the airman's retirement effective date for regular retirement, or the date upon which the airman first becomes eligible to receive retired pay under the non-regular retirement program. The Retirement Approval Authority will notify the airman of the lump sum election at the time of retirement application or 90 days prior to the airman's eligibility to receive retired pay. Airmen have the option of receiving the lump sum payment in up to 4 annual installments. Acceptance of the lump sum payment does not impact an airman's eligibility to elect survivor. Benefit Plan (SBP). However, there may be required offsets or other considerations related to disability pay and other benefits from the Department of Veterans Affairs. Airmen should seek counseling from the Airman and Family Readiness Center (ANFRC) prior to election. 10.9. Survivor Benefit Plan. Military pay stops when a member dies. The Survivor Benefit Plan provides a monthly income to survivors of retired military personnel upon the member's death. The Survivor Benefit Plan is a government program for retiring members to ensure their eligible survivors receive a portion of their military retired pay as a monthly annuity after their death. The plan was structured so a surviving spouse cannot outlive the annuity, and cost of living adjustments are incorporated to offset inflation. REDJF members with a spouse or dependent children are automatically covered by the Survivor Benefit Plan at no cost while they remain on REDJF status. The member's death must be classified in line of duty for an annuity to be payable if the member is not yet retirement eligible, has not accrued 20 years of REDJF status, on the date of death. The annuity payable is 55% of the retired pay the member would have been entitled to receive if retired with a total disability rating on the date of death. An annuity may also be payable if the member's death is classified not in line of duty as long as the member was retirement eligible on the date of death. In this case, annuity payable is 55% of the retired pay the member would have been entitled to receive if retired for years of service on the date of death. The surviving spouse of a member who dies in the line of duty while on REDJF status may request the Survivor Benefit Plan be paid only to the member's children, avoiding the reduction caused by a spouse's receipt of dependency and indemnity compensation, the survivor benefits paid by the VA when a member's death is determined to have resulted from a service-connected cause. The Survivor Benefit Plan is the only program that enables a portion of military retired pay to be paid to a member's survivors. Prior to retiring, each member must decide whether to continue Survivor Benefit Plan coverage into retirement. If electing coverage, Survivor Benefit Plan premiums are assessed and automatically deducted from the member's monthly retired pay. Premiums are government subsidized and deducted from a participating member's retired pay before taxes. Survivor Benefit Plan premiums and beneficiary annuity payments depend on what is called the base amount, elected as the basis of coverage. A service member's base amount can be the full monthly retired pay or a portion of retired pay, down to $300. Full coverage means full retired pay is elected as the base amount. The base amount is tied to a member's retired pay. Therefore, when retired pay receives cost of living adjustments, so does the base amount, and as a result, so do premiums and annuity payments. Under limited circumstances, Airmen may withdraw from the Survivor Benefit Plan or change coverage. As a Survivor Benefit Plan participant, individuals have a 1-year window to terminate Survivor Benefit Plan coverage between the 2nd and 3rd anniversary following the date beginning receipt of retired pay. The premiums paid will not be refunded, and an annuity will not be payable upon death. The covered spouse or former spouse must consent to the withdrawal. Termination is permanent, and participation may not be resumed under any circumstance barring future enrollment. The Survivor Benefit Plan also has a paid up feature that permits members who have attained age 70 and who have paid Survivor Benefit Plan premiums for 360 months to stop paying premiums but remain active participants in the plan. 10.10 American Red Cross. The American Red Cross offers unwavering commitment, free of charge, 365 days a year / 24 hours a day, to members of the U.S. Armed Forces, veterans, and their families, to include REDJF, National Guard, Reservists, Reserve Officer Training Corps, U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, U.S. Coast Guard, and U.S. Public Health Service. Red Cross support enhances morale and contributes to increased operational capability by linking military families during an emergency, connecting families with local community resources, providing resiliency training, and supporting wounded warriors in military hospitals, non-federal entity program, service or award. The Red Cross toll-free number for service members and families in the United States is 1-877-272-7337. Military members and family members overseas may call base or installation operators or the American Red Cross office at the overseas location. Local overseas Red Cross contact information can be found online at http://www.redcross.org http://www.redcross.org. Note: for the American Red Cross to provide expedient service, provide as much of the following information available as possible: full name, rank/rating, branch of service, social security number or date of birth, military address, and information about the deployed unit and home base unit, for deployed service members only. Emergency communication services. When a military family experiences a crisis, the American Red Cross is there to assist by providing emergency communications. The Red Cross relays urgent messages containing accurate, factual, complete, and verified descriptions of the emergency to service members stationed anywhere in the world, including ships at sea, embassies, and remote locations. Red Cross verified information assists commanders in making decisions regarding emergency leave. Financial assistance. The American Red Cross works under partnership agreements with the Air Force Aid Society, Army Emergency Relief, Coast Guard Mutual Assistance, and Navy Marine Corps Relief Society to provide quality, reliable financial assistance to eligible applicants. Types of assistance include financial assistance for emergency travel, burial of a loved one, and assistance to avoid privation or hardship. Coping with deployments. The psychological first aid course was designed specifically for spouses, parents, siblings, and significant others of service members. This Red Cross service provides useful information on how to strengthen the ability to successfully respond to challenges that military family members may encounter throughout the deployment cycle. The course also explains how to provide psychological first aid to others experiencing stressful feelings or events. Reconnection workshops. The reconnection workshops are designed for reintegration support for working through anger, communicating clearly, exploring stress and trauma, relating to children, and identifying depression. The workshops focus on individuals and small groups to help family members reconnect and help service members reintegrate successfully. Led by licensed, specifically trained Red Cross mental health workers, each session addresses a topic military families have found relevant to the reunion adjustment. Veterans' claims for benefits. The American Red Cross provides assistance and information in preparing, developing, and obtaining sufficient evidence to support applicants' claims for veterans' benefits, and also assists claimants who seek to appeal to the Board of Veterans' Appeals. Information and referral services. The American Red Cross offers confidential services to all military personnel and their families. Counseling, guidance, information, referrals, and other social services are available through the worldwide network of chapters and offices on military installations. As more and more National Guard and Reserve units are called to full-time duty status, counseling has become increasingly important to prepare the civilian-based military members and their families for the period of activation. 10.11 Recruiting Programs. Airmen of all ranks can have a positive impact on recruiting and help recruiters make contacts and develop leads. Recruiter Assistance Programs. The Recruiter Assistance Program, RAP, is a REDJF leave program run by the Air Force Recruiting Service, where an airman directly supports a USAF recruiter. Members may request non-chargeable leave in accordance with AFI 36-3003, Military Leave Program, April 7, 2021. RAP is beneficial to the USAF and to participants because airmen can be a major influence in bringing the USAF story to their hometown or place of previous residence. RAP duties may include question and answer sessions, making presentations, or providing testimonials of their USAF experiences to high school and college students. For more information, visit www.recruiting.af.mil and review the RAP fact sheet. We are all recruiters. The We Are All Recruiters, program may grant individuals permissive temporary duty status if they participate in an event that directly enhances the recruiting mission. All airmen, regardless of their USAF specialty, are recruiters. A event is an event where the interaction of USAF personnel educates and increases public awareness of the USAF and could potentially generate interest in new recruits. Approval for WARE is limited to those events where airmen are directly speaking to potential applicants or influencers about USAF opportunities. Applicants are defined as individuals within the age range of 17 to 39. Influencers are defined as parents, community leaders, teachers, counselors, or coaches. For events where multiple airmen are attending, each attendee must submit a package for approval. where requests must be first approved by the individual's commander in accordance with AFI 36-3003. Requests are then routed to the Air Force Recruiting Service Public Affairs Office via email, afshpa@us.af.mil. Members may request permissive temporary duty to attend a WARE event. For more information about WARE, visit www.recruiting.af.mil, review the WARE fact sheet, and download the WARE form.